you've waited a long time for this. The Chevelle, the legend, the name that echoed across drag strips, under overpasses, and through the corridors of muscle car mythology is back. Reinvigorated, reimagined, and reborn in 2026. This is a chapter that bridges the golden age of raw, unfiltered horsepower with today's engineering renaissance. Think of the original Chevelle SS from 69 or 70, the bulbous fender flares, the menacing grille, the rumble that made your heart skip a beat. Now imagine that, refined and sharpened by today's tech, comfort, and performance standards. That's what we're looking at today. The rumors started as whispers, renderings floating online, AI mock-ups, fan art. Some claimed the Chevelle would ride on GM's Alpha platform, the same bones that undergirded the last Camaro. Others talked about LT4 supercharged V8s, hybrid variants, even speculative EFA powertrains. For a while, the very notion seemed like fan fiction. But then, leaks and media reports began to align. A site like Motor Axle detailed what seems to be a credible outlook, a lineup ranging from a turbocharged 2.7-liter i4 with around 325 horsepower, through a naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8 making 455 horsepower, up to a top-trim SSX or ZL1 powered by the supercharged LT4 V8 from the Corvette Z06 and Camaro ZL1 650-plus horsepower, 0-60 in about 3.5 seconds, and a projected top speed north of 190 miles per hour. Dull Motors, meanwhile, echoed that platform and performance, confirming the LT4 and offering production estimates around the same price tiers, base around $38,000, SS in the low $50,000, SS 454 variant above $75,000. In echoes of classic Chevelle-style sculpted hood, bold badging, LED narrows between sharply drawn fenders, this machine looks like it came back from the 70s, only to prove it belongs in 2026. Inside, expect Recaro buckets, retro-inspired digital gauges, flat-bottom wheel, ambient lighting, a 13.4-inch touchscreen with GM's latest infotainment, Bose audio, and drive mode controls that let you shift from to a track in an instant. Other concept sites like Inside the Hood offered more imaginative details: dual trunks, with a frunk up front, luxurious trims, convertible variants, 70th anniversary editions, carbon flash paint options, and plush interiors with suede and metal accents, but these remain speculative. They give flavor, though, to how rich and varied a reintroduction could be. Let's dive through the layers: heritage, design, powertrain, tech and comfort, driver experience, pricing, launch timeline, and why the Chevelle's return matters in a world that's increasingly going electric. Let's start from the beginning. The Chevelle first debuted in 1964 on the A-body platform, mid-size, adaptable, and built for performance. Fastback, coupe, convertible, wagon, it wore many hats. But its status as a muscle icon was cemented by SS versions with big blocks, the SS 396, the SS 454, the 1970 models with Coke bottle curves and raw, heady power. After 1977, the Chevelle name gave way to Malibu. It became a memory, a legend for the purists. So why revive it now? Because heritage sells, but done right, it can inspire. Nostalgia is powerful, but nostalgia with teeth. Modern engineering, modern safety, modern performance is potent. It's not just a Chevelle styled for Instagram, it's one built to blow your mind on a road course or drag strip, while still living comfortably in your driveway, on daily roads. Now, the design. Leaked sketches and spy photos show a chopped in the right ways Chevelle, low, wide, with a subtle fastback inspired by early 70s models. The grille is aggressive, with slim LED headlights that evoke the quad-lamp layout without cartoonish bulk. The stance is wide, the shoulders muscular. On the SS454, you get gloss black wheels with red accents, SS454 badging front and center, functional aerodynamic intakes, and quad exhaust tips that hiss before you even floor it. Inside, it's about muscle car minimalism meets today's comfort. Recaro buckets with contrast stitching, a flat bottom wheel, digital dash with vintage gauge overlays, a giant 13-inch screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, paddle shifters for automatics, or a 6-speed manual if you're old school enough to crave it all. Tie the modern and the nostalgic. On to powertrains. If the rumors hold, there's breadth. A base turbo 2.7-liter i4 with circa 325 horsepower, a naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8 pushing 455 horsepower, and a top dog supercharged LT4 6.2 liters 650 plus HP, 0-60 around 3.5 seconds. Rear-wheel drive, 6-speed manual or 10-speed auto, launch control, line locker package built for the strip and for the backroads. That kind of power in a newly compliant package would arguably make the Chevelle one of the best horsepower per dollar buys on the market, a legendary born that actually delivers. Tech and safety aren't neglected either. Expect GM's Super Cruise hands-free highway driving, forward collision warning, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, rear traffic alert, all wrapped in an LT4-powered muscle package. This isn't just robust performance, it's modern usability. What about pricing and availability? Motor axle and dual drivers pegged base at $38,000, SS trims in the low $50K, top SS454 trim above $75,000. That's plausible. Rivals like Mustang Dark Horse and Challenger SRT occupy similar bands but with arguably less heritage, or at least less revived heritage, ready to sell. As for timing, insiders suggest we could see a full reveal at summer 2025, with deliveries starting spring 2026. That fits typical reveal to assembly windows and gives Chevy a high-octane comeback narrative. Why does it matter? Because we live in an F-heavy era. Automakers are chasing compliance, range, and battery tech. And yet, here comes Chevy saying, "We hear you love electric, but we've still got soul, rumble, and legacy." The Chevelle can act as a bridge, bringing new enthusiasts to GM at the same time as giving longtime fans a reason to remember why this stuff mattered. Some outlets warn this could still be internet fantasy, with no official GM roadmap confirming it. But leaks from trusted car outlets, multiple converging rumors, and renderings that match spy shots give it weight. If you're watching Build and Burn, you know how quickly hype can turn real. It only takes one credible prototype in camo. Now imagine the driving experience. You slide into those Recaro buckets, the digital cluster glows with vintage SS styling, you select track mode. The LT4 snarls to life. With launch control engaged and a firm throttle, your eyelids flutter as 650 horses push you into your seat, 0-60 in around 3.5 seconds, with sides into back plates, a rush that might make your spine tingle. The magnetic ride or performance-tuned suspension keeps it flat. The exhaust cracks. Then you're free to roll tours or carve canyon backroads. When the ride ends, Super Cruise takes over on the highway and you cruise home, stereo quiet, clutch torn up, grin intact. All this, with design cues that nod to the 70s Chevelle fastback roof, bold hips, chrome-free lighting and modern cues that say I belong in 2026. It's a cultural reset, yet nostalgic, yet forward-leaning. Let's wrap this up with some final perspective. The Chevelle's return, if legit, is more than resurrecting a muscle icon. It's a statement from Chevy: heritage still matters. Power still thrills. You can have retro DNA and modern tech in the same ride. For collectors and enthusiasts, it's a dream come true. For new buyers, it's a statement car they'd be proud to drive every day. So, what should Build and Burn fans do next? First, keep tracking GM's reveals around SEMA 2025. Expect teaser videos, press launches, auto show appearances. Watch for vans showing up in dealer queries. Listen for spy shot videos, test mules, engine sounds. Second, start planning, which trim speaks to you. Are you a base turbo 2.7 lover who wants light, nimble, and economical? Or do you crave middle V8 torque and that classic soundtrack? Or are you all about the SS454 supercharged, unhinged, street-legal demonic power? Third, keep Build and Burn lifestyle in mind: mods and builds. The LT4 Chevelle would be an aftermarket's dream. Swap headers, change pulley, go nitrous, adjust suspension, widen tires, poster car. Even the mid V8 or turbo 2.7 variants can be sleeper builds with bang-for-buck tuning. In the end, the 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle, if this all lines up, might well be the single most exciting muscle car story of the decade. It's a nod to the past, a stomp toward the future, and an echo of everything gearheads still cherish: power, presence, personality. Let's turn that heat up. If this is the numbering of Build and Burn, we're looking at video 1 of a series: further guest builds, dyno tests, launches, Corvette LT4 interchanges, resto mods machined. Let's get ready. That's the Chevelle for 2026, a fabled name reborn with modern aggression, torque that could floor continents, tech that reminds us how far we've come, and style that resurrects a legend. The road just got a whole lot louder.